I'm so excited.
Do it.
Okay.
And I'm glad you reminded me about my dad too, because that actually integrally ties in with what I wanted to talk about.
Okay,
It's my
perfect.
experience with my dad, of course, just like everything else. Great. Okay, well, so first I like wrote down notes this time, so I'm all prepared.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Because so much is shifting and changing, and
Yeah,
like, and there's like so much that you don't know about my personal life that I realized I'm like, I haven't been sharing it because I've been scared. And it's
okay.
all these big things that I have that I'm facing. They're not that big, but I'm scared of them.
Okay.
And this whole everything that we've been doing together has just been like slowly moving me closer and closer and closer to, what I really want, and actually like knowing what that is for myself.
Good.
um so like, some if you were to ask me some of the words like that would describe how I've been feeling lately, um even with like a lot of transition and transformation and change happening in my life, like overall it's definitely loved, which is
Good.
so wonderful. Like,
Good.
just loved all around. um and it's like, and supported, loved and supported. And it's like, I just wasn't, it was always there, I just wasn't open and aware of it, and I wasn't receiving it in a healthy way,
Okay.
really.
Yeah.
So it's like feeling supported and loved by the universe, but also some of the friends and family I've had in my life that I kind of kept at a distance and stuff. And I'm starting to see how I was limiting myself from authentic connection, and people who really care about me and would love to support me in my
Right.
endeavors. I was just totally blind to it. So I'm feeling loved and supported.
Wonderful.
Grateful is a huge one every day. Like, and people, even somebody the other day who I met, it's like, which is an acquaintance thing. They were like, for some reason, when I like talking to you, I just get this overwhelming sense of gratitude. Like, you just seem so grateful for your life. And I'm like, I fucking am. Just because I am.
Because you're just exuding it now.
Yeah. I feel empowered, um, very empowered, free, aware, beautiful.
Love it.
I have faith in myself and my abilities. It still wavers and stuff, but it
Good.
ultimately, like, my baseline is now these
Right.
healthier states of being,
Right.
capable, and uh, transformation that's happening big time. I almost don't even recognize myself. It's the same beautiful me, just with less of the layers of that of
Okay.
like, that were congesting things around
Right.
me or blocking my vision and
Right.
my senses.
Right. And
um
did a lot of that translate through in negative self-talk, like internal dialogue that kept you
oh my
going?
gosh. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was it. And that's even another thing I wanted to bring up too. Like, I am so aware now and so in tune. I catch that voice so
Right.
fast, and it's holding, it doesn't get the hook in the same way
Right.
like it used to. I,
Yes.
I just see it and it kind of slides off. I'm like, I see you for what you are. And
Right.
that's not,
Trying to get me
it's
to think
like,
and feel that way. Fuck you.
exactly. And now I've been able to like cultivate and bring in like a nurturing, caring, loving voice,
Yeah.
and to kind of balance that out.
Yeah.
Which is so empowering and uplifting. And I mean, it's how we should be talking to ourselves
Right.
all the time,
Right.
but we aren't taught that.
Right.
We
Right.
aren't taught that way of being.
Right.
And then the last one is like this sense of, and I've been feeling it all morning. So this was, of course, just perfectly divine, but very serene, like actually tapping to and feeling what I would best describe as serenity, like this blissful calmness, this ease of being. My
Right.
body aches so much less. I don't know, like
Right.
literally everything
Well,
is
because you're not
shifting.
like this the whole fucking day,
That's
you
true.
know?
Yep. I was definitely throughout my day
Yeah.
just so tense, all the shoulder, like just the weight of the world,
Right.
just sitting
All the
right
things
there.
we could worry about.
hmm So yeah, so those are some of the things that I've been feeling lately. And then after our last session, it was like, whew, we hit such a big one on that one. So right, and then the timing too. So the finances have been just like, I didn't know it, but I have been kind of like playing victim to my financial situation. And I mean, I love myself. Like, I'm not being rude to myself, but that's literally what was happening. And I didn't really, couldn't fully see it. But that's the thing. I haven't, like the Abraham Hicks money and abundance videos and stuff, like I noticed myself over the last couple of weeks and months avoiding that until now. But it was like this part of me not ready to take ownership of things, not ready to look at it, because my financial situation has felt like this, I even wrote a word, insurmountable. Like just totally in my worth was completely tied into that. Both of my parents had these opposite ways of viewing money, and neither in abundance, and neither were healthy. It was all lack, not enough to go around. My mom like holding on to it and constantly, and then it would always go right out the door to some emergency. And my dad getting tons of credit cards and spending money he didn't have. So my wires were just like all which ways. I was trusting my dad growing up, not knowing, and I don't blame him. I take full responsibility for where I'm at in life. But he was like, open all these credit cards, put your schooling on it, like all this shit. And now here I am like, oh my God, it just felt like I couldn't even open that compartment in my mind. It's kind of, I've been with my partner, David, for 9 years, and have been and living independent with him. And now I'm having this transition and this change in, I'm going to be leaving this relationship, and I'm having like, I know. So it's like a big deal. It isn't out of nowhere. It's been in the process for about 2 years now. It's just been so confusing, and the finances have had something to do with that as well. Like,
that's what happens when you're in a relationship for that long, and things are exactly. And then I'll talk more about the transition of that relationship too in a little bit. But to stay on the money stuff, that was just like a part of it where because I wasn't taking any action to even learn how to budget really and stuff, it was so scary. It was so scary that I was dependent on this partner. And now that kind of, I've been working on it for months now and pulling myself out, and we've been in therapy and everything. So it's going to be okay. But, and he's very understanding, but I'm just seeing how I kept myself limited in a space where I'm not fully able to be my authentic self and express myself creatively because of my kind of belief systems around money. And and then with my dad visiting, he happened to go out of his way to apologize to me specifically, and he's never mentioned this before ever, but specifically about the ways that he showed me to handle my finances, and encouraging me to open up these credit cards and all this stuff. And like, he was just like, oh, I fucked up and I'm so sorry and I had no idea. And just hearing that like gave this validity. And was it before or after you kind of
I know. Yeah, it was right after our session, basically, like within 2 days.
Oh my God. You didn't even do any of the higher self communication where you talk to him and blah, 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 blah. None of that
I did that, not with that one, but I did that with my partner, and I'll tell you about that, because that did end up working for me.
Stay on track. This is so great. Oh my God.
So getting that validation from my dad and just being able to, I had already forgiven him, but it gave me another chance to kind of come back around to it and really do more releasing there. So then since our last session,
I don't know. I'm empowered. I'm making to-do lists. I have a budget created. I actually open myself up to moving out of this. I'm feeling so brave and so confident, and it's been on my like mind, I guess, or in my heart to move, just to move somewhere else. I'm still, we have dogs together and everything. We have some stuff to navigate and figure out. And I love my partner. He's great. I love a lot of people.
You've been together for 9 years, and
right.
It doesn't disappear.
Yeah. And I used to think this would be easier if we were fucking angry and I could just be so mad and this could all blow up and I could leave. Sometimes.
You're not that person.
But in this case, that wasn't the way it was supposed to go for me. I tried to run away. I tried all kind of subversive techniques, anything to not face the reality that I'm growing and evolving, and I desire something a little different for myself at this time. And it's independence. I don't even want to just go find another partner. I want to know who Roz is.
Right. Because how exciting. You are really meeting yourself in a different way for the first freaking time. And
I love her.
More exciting than that.
Yes.
Because that's the only union that even matters. Because everything that comes after that is like, yes.
Yes. I know. It's so good.
Getting emotional for you.
So it's like something switched in my mind, something's flipped, and now I know that not only can I handle my finances, will I get it figured out, but I'm now open to receiving support and help. And as that happened, one of the people that I do childcare for, I had mentioned to her that I was trying to understand budgeting and the flow of money and all this stuff. And she spent a half hour, went into work late that morning when I went to watch her son, and sat down with me and showed me all these tricks she uses to budget that were so valuable and so helpful. It came right into my field after we did all of that work on it. It was and I have the awareness to know and see that and keep saying yes to that support now. So I feel scared because immediately the perfect little home in Midtown with a wonderful roommate opened up with no deposit. My cat can come, the dogs can visit, there's backyard. It's just, she already has it decorated exactly how I would do it, with crystals and her emerald tablets of Thoth or whatever, and then the alchemist book she's got. It's just all these.
This person's first name is.
Oh, her name's Natalie.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And she seems, so she just, it was so that came up, and there's a couple things that I have to work through, but if it works out, I'm just in this place of this is going to be an oh hell yes. And I would have this nice little spot to really spend time with me and focus on creativity, which is what's, a huge thing right now that's coming up. Yes.
You have all this beauty to spit out in so many different ways.
Yes.
Because you've had all these leveling ups, and you're never done leveling up, which is the really exciting thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me see what else I got here. So the budget, I'm getting figuring out care credit so I can get my teeth taken care of. I'm budgeting so that I can go to the doctor, so I can make sure I'm healthy and stuff to have a baby in the future, which is something that's come into my awareness of something that I would really like, and to consider more. So just blew the doors open there, and I'm also it's all of this stuff is happening at once, and so in multiple ways, at the same time, I'm being set up with looking at where I have gotten this close before and sabotaged every time.
Okay.
This close every time.
Right.
And I can see it, so that's really, really good. And so I've been on unemployment through COVID, and that money, it was a conscious decision to invest that money right back into myself, all of it.
Right.
So I don't have like a lot of savings and stuff built up right now. Unemployment's ended. I can probably get an extension and stuff. I'm doing my childcare on the side, but I'm tight again, and I'm paycheck to paycheck again. And I can feel the same old familiar anxiety starting to spiral right up, and the negative thoughts and the lack and the what if I can't, and then do, and I'm choosing, instead of being pulled every which one of those different directions,
right,
to come back to center,
right,
to breathe through it, and to plan and to work on my to-do list and my budget and make it fun and enjoyable, and think about how good this is for me and the independence that will help me cultivate, so that I never have to be dependent on anybody else again, which has always in the past, a lot of the times, has it led to that person manipulating me, or me allowing that kind of behavior or something like that. And it's just not anything. I want to be sovereign and independent and fully fucking liberated.
Right.
And so I'm watching those negative thoughts. I'm like watching them go like leaves on a stream, and I just keep reminding myself that I can do this. I'm totally capable, and I'm supported.
Right.
So I think
job
that it's going to work out financially, and I'm and other things too. I'm talented. I'm multi-talented. I have lots of skills. Yeah. It's just a matter of webbing these things together, and being creative with how I bring that abundance in. But I can do it
completely. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Dude, that is so freaking much.
I know.
That's so
this
much.
Big deal.
It is a way.
And I feel so brave facing it. The money thing was a huge thing. And now to just look at it head on like I've always needed to.
Right.
It just feels.
Because it feels like you're finally facing something that you've shoved under the rug before, right? I mean, because, oh my God, it's too big and scary. Oh my God, it's too big and scary. And once you start chipping away at all those, oh my God, it's too big and scary things in your life, and you realize, well, I could just look at it and it won't be so fucking scary. I could just address and it won't be so fucking scary. It's scary because I won't fucking do anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. All that power comes from that building of that.
Yes, exactly. And so, and to go back just a little bit with these thoughts, oh my God, what if I can't do it? Oh my God, what if I can't? Blah, blah, blah. What if I can't? Because your brain's job is to be like, what happened last time? It's going to happen again.
Yeah.
And it gets help from all this space around us that isn't fucking empty. And so, are they your thoughts? No. And what kind of thoughts are you the thinker of? What are your three? I was really just asking you though. What are your three? I'm the thinker of
courageous, liberated, and why do I always forget the first one?
Oh
my God.
Okay, so you're using in the mantra, in the negative thoughts mantra.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
which could be the same ones too. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. But sometimes, like I choose ones that are a little bit different for those because, and one of them is source connected thoughts.
Nice.
Because
that's a great one. I have that written down here too.
Take all the bullshit out of it, then you don't have to figure it out. And any way that you can choose to turn where you don't have to figure things out, least resistance, right?
Definitely. That reminds me of a quote that said you don't always have to seek the answers. Sometimes it's good to just seek relief. Because from that state of relief, you can allow the answers to come to you instead of chasing it.
Exactly. It's like trying to, when people come and want to stop smoking or any crazy, very compartmentalized specific problem. And while I absolutely know that people get relief and stop smoking because they went and got hypnosis about smoking alone, just feel like wouldn't it be better to just learn how to deal with all the things in your life that come up like that? Because, you know, it isn't just the one thing that's going to haunt you. You're going to have many things for the rest of your life that come up and try and put that hook in, like you said.
Yes.
And it is that hook, and it's an invitation. Mm-hmm. And you can take it, or you can go, no thanks.
Yep, and let it just slide right off.
Fully fucking liberated. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's being sovereign.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
But one of the things I wrote down was that, like, I feel connected to and supported by Source as Source. And it's like, how can you get any more fucking empowered than that? To recognize yourself as Source and to know that you're completely supported.
Right.